welcome to Mind Your Business, the channel where we are in everybody's business. If you don't mind getting in people's business, you're on the right channel. Talking about current topics and gossip. Well, people, I will say Toya is always asking some inappropriate questions, and Heavenly, like, there's shade and then there's taking it to hell. Let's talk about people. Well, going to my Christy crew. Let's talk about Married to Medicine. And I thought it was a good episode this week. Quite light, I thought there was some fun shade. So, like, when we had Quad telling Phaedra that basically Jackie ain't too happy with her and everyone's talking shit about her and her not doing enough for this Med Gala. She weren't too happy. She made me laugh. She was just like, well, Jackie's only doing this event to clean up her image anyway after what happened last year. And I was thinking she's absolutely correct, because obviously the donation was going to, about the whole black maternal mortality situation. So it was a good cause for what it was going to. But nevertheless, it definitely was giving damage control. Now, I do feel like Jackie once again activated Heavenly, because she pulled her in as co-chair, and we know Heavenly can't wait to get any type of gossip to what's going on, what someone hasn't done. So of course she's like, well, Phaedra ain't done nothing, then what's she done? So of course it was no surprise that when everyone went round to her house to celebrate her son going off to medical college or dental college, of course she couldn't wait to be letting it known that, well, that she ain't basically doing anything. So I don't understand why Jackie didn't ask Heavenly in the first place if this is her go-to person, because I feel like Jackie knows that she can activate Heavenly. Heavenly loves her off. That's her bestie. So she will be her mouthpiece, and Jackie will sit there and not say nothing, and she'll just be like, yeah, let's let Heavenly go. We've seen her do it before. So I was like, okay, why didn't ask her in the first place? Anyway, you can tell Phaedra was not too happy about that. I'm like, I don't blame her, because Phaedra's like, look, I can write that check. I ain't going to have none of this rubbish. So it made me laugh when they were all around the table and Heavenly's trying to come for her and say Jackie's frantic and she doesn't know what's going on. And obviously Phaedra's getting a bit defensive, and she threw shade at her, talking about, she's not going to promise something and can't deliver. And that was in response to Toya, because Toya was asking her, when are you going to apologise to Contessa? And that she should apologise to Contessa, which she should, about the mama comment. But yeah, her little shade at Phaedra made me laugh. It didn't go amiss, because Phaedra was definitely defensive and was, I ain't going to let none of you bitches basically act like I ain't going to do what I said I was going to do. And for her, the 100k is light work. So she was like, yeah, whatever. So that made me laugh. I was like, oh, Phaedra's getting activated now. Yes, it's about time. Okay? Because she was like, these bitches trying to play my face. Let me just set them straight. And you could tell that rubbed them all the wrong way, because they were all like, bitches. And I'm like, please, you don't always say it about each other. So now that she said it, you're getting like, oh, back up. But it made me laugh. And Toya's like, well, look how she can say it. If I said it, I was thinking, Toya, you say all types of crazy shit all the time, and ain't nothing stopping you from saying it. You could say it. You've said a lot of stuff. So that just made me laugh anyway. And at that point, Phaedra was done, was like, yeah, I resign. I was thinking, okay, it doesn't really matter. You've got the co-chair there now, or the co-chair, whatever they were calling her. Now, it did make me laugh when Phaedra linked up with Sweet Tea. I quite like seeing them two together. You can see they got like a little cute friendship. And of course, Phaedra's like filling her in on what's going on, particularly about what Quad told her about Jackie, talking shit about her, basically not doing what she's supposed to do. And I felt like Sweet Tea made a good point. She was like, well, once again, she doesn't feel like Jackie holds Heavenly accountable, but she's quick to hold Phaedra accountable. And I think Toya made a point also when they were sitting around the table at Heavenly's, that once again, Contessa and Sweet Tea were not invited and they've been excluded. And nobody in that group is really holding Heavenly accountable for how she is. And Phaedra made a good point, which is, they're used to her. They've been with her for years, so she just gets an automatic pass. But like I said in my video last week, just because you lot are used to her being this way doesn't mean other people have to take her shit. And I feel like it's right that Jackie says something, but she just won't, because I feel like, she's in Jackie's corner and Jackie can then activate Heavenly when she needs to. But Phaedra did crack me up when she was chatting about, well, Jackie, you can't be that close to the devil and not have devilish ways. See, I will miss Phaedra's shade on this show, but yeah, she's going back to where she belongs anyway, so all good. And I can tell that her and Sweet Tea clearly banter about Heavenly. So I thought that was quite cute. Now, at the actual Med Gala, got Jackie talking about Phaedra hasn't raised anything. I'm like, the event hasn't even started yet. So why are you talking like that? So anyway, I just thought you guys are just trying to come for her. But I thought Phaedra will come through, because you could tell she wasn't going to have these ladies look at her in any type of way. Now, the At the Met Gala, I will say that everyone was looking gorgeous for the most part. Dr. Simone and her dress, I don't know what's going on there. It was giving very Little House on the Prairie / I don't know, Amish vibes. Like, I don't know what was going on there, but I feel like she needs a stylist. Like, yeah, she needs a stylist. Contessa also is someone who needs a stylist. Like, I thought she's cute. Like, she didn't look bad in her dress. But the headgear she was trying to put on beforehand, like, there's been a few questionable moments. Sweet Tea, I like the shape of the dress on her until it got to the bottom bit, that little fruffle something going on. Wasn't personally my style, but, you know, all good, you know, whatever. But for the most part, everyone, I feel like they look gorgeous. I really like Quad's outfit, actually. I thought that was really nice. But Simone, I was definitely side-eyeing, like, Wagwan over there. And she's such a cute lady as well, so I'm just like, seriously, lady, you can just spice it up a little piece, no man. I thought at the gala it was good that Dr. G and Dr. Damon got to speak and kind of clear the air, even though Heavenly tried to intrude at one point. And, you know, I'm glad that Cecil was like, yeah, let the guys talk. They're having a good, like, they're at a good point here. So I thought it was good them to clear the air. It was good to see. And it was good that Damon said that he was hurt and that's why he was kind of defensive. And, you know, I felt like that was a nice little scene. And I felt like that was nice resolve in terms of, you know, men can kind of just, like, deal with it and get over it. Some men, not all, but yeah, some. So that was good. Then he moved on to the speeches, which was fine. And, you know, like Phaedra, I feel like is good at talking about this sort of stuff. So I feel like she came across really well. However, the auction was a mess. It was hilarious. I was like, what is going on with this auction? Because the way it started, it was like crickets at first. They had to drop the money down. And like, firstly, if you're going to have an auction and you're going to, you know, put a holiday out there for people to, you know, bid on, at least include flights. You're talking about, yeah, it's a hotel, but you've got to get there yourself and it's all the way in Morocco. Like, from America, that's a trek. That from the UK, not so much. But from the US, I'm like, no, seriously, where were the flights? Come on now. This is not quite what we should be doing. Heavenly couldn't wait to come over and try and auction off Phaedra. And then you start her off at 4K. I was like, why you didn't start a bit lower and then go up? But I thought, yeah, you did it on purpose because you just want to try and embarrass her. So I was quite glad that Phaedra's some ex-man, some old-timer that was in the room that paid the fee. So I was like, okay, at least you got it. At least you got that through. But it was hilarious. And you've got Quad with her piece of glass that she made as well. That went for the most, didn't it? So it was very random. But anyway, they didn't raise all the funds. So Phaedra, of course, topped it up to 100k. So I think she added something like 40 something. So she was like, yeah, that ain't nothing for me, love. That ain't nothing for me. I ain't gonna have you lot walking around here talking about I can't keep up with what I said, basically. So that made me laugh. But I was like, oh, it's about time we got to see Phaedra check in a little piece, because I was like, okay, we know you've got it in you, but we want to see it more. But I do feel like she seems like she's more comfortable with Sweet Tea, like watching her with the ladies and stuff. She seems like she's cool in all settings, but you can tell that I feel like she's got them off on guard a bit, particularly Dr. Jackie and Heavenly, because she knows that Heavenly can be a menace out here. And talking about Heavenly, some of her shade to me is just going too far. Some of it I'm like, okay, yeah, it's funny. Some of it is just hurtful and just rude. So it's like I always say, like, I have a love-hate with Heavenly. There's sometimes she takes it way too far where I'm like, look, bitch, just reel it in. Like, chill out. Like, what are you doing? Just a mess. Even your husband's on screen trying to squeeze your leg to say you're just saying too much. Like, you're just doing too much. But he just giggles it off. But I'm like, no, she's a mess. I don't understand why she has to be so messy. I feel like she's got her own insecurities as well, like everyone has. But the way she reacted when Quad was there with her man and they were all kind of cuddly, and Cecil made a comment about, was it Cecil or was it Damon? One of them made a comment about how cute and cuddly they are, and they're in their early stages. And then she had to come with her little bit of comment, like she's in competition, like, oh yeah, well, you know, I touched my husband, it's been 30 years, I don't need to do that. It's like, just be quiet. No one ain't looking at you. Why do you feel like you have to do that? So I feel like that's her own little thing that she's got going on in her head about that. But anyway, I thought it was a decent episode. It was good to see some old faces. I saw the dentist from last year. Well, I can't remember her name, but her and the husband who was talking about he didn't go down on her. That one, I saw her there. She's looking gorgeous. And Anila. And it looks like there's a new doctor that's going to be joining the realms, a psychiatrist and her hubby. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next week. Now, of course, I went to go and check out social media, see what people are saying on there. Here are some tweets that had me cracking up. Okay, so you've seen those and you've heard what I have to say. Now, what are you saying? Let me know your thoughts below. Yes, so thanks for watching that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so you know when I am uploading some more of people's business. So until then, my nosy people, stay blessed.